Hi there, time for another look at what's new on the repos. And just this once, I thought I'd, just let you in on how I maintain the featured apps list. Yeah, I won't bore you too much, I hope. But yeah, let's see how it's done. And I do this on the Haiku depot server, the uh, web interface to our repos. And I don't even have to be on Haiku to do this. I'm not on Haiku now, as the more astute among you may have noticed. I can do it on Haiku. Sometimes I do, but this is easier to record, so, well. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is I have been adding quite a few things since the last, when was the last general cleanup? 10th of January, and since then I've added about 10. Yeah, it's now 14th of February, so I missed a week. Sorry about that. I have been sick. What can I say? So, back to our permanent list. We had a big debate about what should be on this, and that is been running for a year and a half now. Maybe we should reopen that debate. I don't know. But there's a couple of things, like when the new Firefox-based browsers came out, I didn't reopen the debate, I just added them. Now there's one or two more apps that came out in the meantime that I thought were just sufficiently important that I added them. And as you will see, there's apps from all the four main repos, mostly, of course, from Haiku ports. Okay, so first thing I've got to do is decide, do I need to clean it up? And I think today I am going to clean it up a bit. So I'll go through this list: Army Knife, Art Paint, Audacious, Atrophy. So I'm logged in, and I've got slightly elevated powers here. So I go to Atrophy, and I say Edit Prominence, and it's first, which means it shows up on the featured apps list. Well, you've had a good couple of weeks, but you're going back to right, and it is no longer featured. Okay, so I am going to not go through all the non-permanent apps now. Just going to go off screen and do that quickly, then I'll get back to you.
A few moments later.
Okay, we should now be at the point where this featured list and this one here are identical. Okay. Look, sometimes with looking left, right, something slips through, and, an app gets some time on the next cycle. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But we now go to our other text file. All right, and it is 14th of Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Right. So, we now change this. And we change it to recent updates. And we ask only for new apps. Right? New additions, etc. Right, and I can see we've got quite a few. Right. So, what's new in the last 2 weeks? Well, I think I made a video on that email views. It is now up on the repo. Congratulations. And let's put that up in the right, edit prominence, and somebody made it second already, but we put it right up there. And if you go and look, if you refresh Haiku Depot now and you ask what are the featured apps, you'll see email views appearing there. And then what I do is right, so these two text files are actually in a Git repository so that anybody can check up on what I'm doing. Right, we got Retro Arch. Okay, that is thing for playing retro games. It's a front end for a variety of emulators. Okay, this one is pretty much new. Right, GIMP 3.081. Okay, so what I do here, I look for this one, okay? Because that means this is a significant update. The way this works, if there was just a slight thing, you wanted to change a README file or something like that, that doesn't really affect the running of the program, then this will be a 2. Right, but this is a major new update, but I'm going to call it up. However, GIMP is in the permanent list, so prominence should be 100. It's always, so I don't need to do that. Right, gcompre teachers. Okay, and here's gcompres or gcompre. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. I am going to make a call on that one. Wasn't that updated fairly recently? No, it wasn't. Okay, well, it's updated now. So let's have a look at it. And okay, I'm just making an executive decision that this is sort of a background utility. If you are a teacher who uses gcompress, you will know to look for this. All right, open RCT, and let's have a look. Okay, it's last updated on the 10th of January, so I think we can say that this is another update. All right, MAME has been updated. Again, I think I just took it out, but we're going to put it right back in. Okay, and here we start getting into the previous list, the stuff that we just took out. Okay, so yeah, I think we had MAME on the list for 3 weeks. We're not going to put it back in. Let's see, but this is more recent, I think. So, okay. Right, and that is okay, and we can now just save this. Save this, close it, save it, close it. And we are done. We now go to featured again. You will see that we've got, here's one, right, and GIMP should be on the next page, right. Okay, so we've cleaned up the featured list and added 4 new updated entries. So, and ideally I should be doing that every week. Sometimes I skip one, but this is how I maintain the featured list in your Haiku Depot app, and yeah, on the web interface as well. Okay, I hope you found that entertaining and educational. Thanks for watching.